What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to our Thumb Drive Gaming All-Star Team reveal. Just wanted to do a quick video to give you the cards that I feel like made my All-Star team. Now, with MLB The Show 23, like any other MLB The Show game, it doesn't really matter what people say. Oh, you should use this card, use that card. Just use whoever you feel comfortable using, who you do well with, okay? And that's what I did. Now, some of these picks are obvious, okay? They're cards that other people use quite regularly. Some of them, I guess maybe surprise some other people or not. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just who I picked. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, up first is the position of catcher, and as you can see, I am choosing Johnny Bench. Now Johnny Bench, obviously you can see there, played 27 games for me. Didn't have a lot of pop, didn't drive in a lot of runs, but he did nothing but get on base. 364 on base percentage. That, coupled with his solid defense, was a pick that I just couldn't go away from. So Johnny Bench is our pick at catcher. Alright guys, our next pick is first base, and it was an extremely easy decision for me. It's Frederick Freeman. Now I started off with Murakami. I absolutely suck with Murakami for whatever reason, but I put Freddie in just to try him out, and as you can see, the OPS over 1,000. We got 5 homers, 11 RBIs, 364 on base percentage. Couple that again with some decent defense at first base, and Freddie is an easy decision. Up next is second base, and honestly second base was a little bit tough for me. As you can see, I used McNeil for 50 games, but I did try several other players in that spot just to see what would happen. I actually bounced McNeil to first for a few games just to give somebody else a spot there at second, but Jeff McNeil overall just outplayed everyone else. 327 on base percentage, 6 homers, 9 RBIs. Again, not huge numbers, but found a way on base, and you can't argue with that. So Jeff McNeil is our pick for second base. Third base was an extremely difficult decision for me, honestly, because Chipper Jones, my favorite player of all time. Obviously, you can see the numbers there. Not great numbers. OPS is at 800, 276 average, 6 RBIs, or excuse me, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. But Gene Segura was really doing well for me, but then I just kind of faded off with him for whatever reason. And Chipper was just a little bit more consistent at the end of the day. So Chipper Jones is my pick for third base. For shortstop, if you would have asked me a couple of weeks ago if Trey Turner would be on this list, I would tell you absolutely not. I could not do anything with Trey Turner. I think I was like 2 for my first 10 maybe with him. No home runs, just a lot of strikeouts, really struggling with him. And then all of a sudden, things just took off. Leads the team in homers, leads the team in RBIs, 366 average, 371 on base percentage. What more can you say? A lot of people say, okay, well, he's not that great at shortstop. He's done fine for me. So Trey Turner is my pick to be my all-star shortstop. I feel like outfield defense is so important this year, and that's one of the real reasons that Ricky Henderson got put into the lineup to start with, just because of his speed and ability to track balls down. But as you can see, Henderson did a great job and is continuing to do a great job for me in left field. 304 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. You got the doubles there. I can't steal bases to save my life with any player, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong there. But Ricky Henderson is our pick for left field for this season's All-Star team. My pick for center field is none other than Mike Trout. I know that's probably not a surprise to anybody. As you can see, the numbers there, they're not that great. I really struggled early, just like I did with Trey Turner. And for whatever reason, Trout has just taken me a little bit longer to get going with. Like currently now, though, I have like 12 home runs with him or something like that, so I'm really starting to pick things up. The average is over 300 now, but so it's trending upward with Mike Trout, let's just say that. But Mike Trout is our pick for center field for this season's All-Star team. My pick for right field is a little bit of a stretch with him only playing 9 games, but James Outman was an absolute beast during those 9 games. Now, since then, I've actually replaced him because I was trying out Chris Taylor, and I really like Chris Taylor. But Outman, for those 9 games, did nothing again but get on base for me, played some great defense. So James Outman is our pick for right field for the Season 1 All-Star team. For DH, I just simply wanted to go with who was the most consistent as far as batting and everything. Probably could have picked several players, but for the 16 games that I used, Luis Robert Jr., again, OPS over 1,000, 364 on-base percentage, 3 homers, 5 RBIs. Not a lot of pop, but enough to be consistent and to get on base. So Luis Robert Jr. is our DH. In what may possibly be the easiest choice of any of these picks for any of the positions, I had to go with Kodai Senga for my starting pitcher. Now, you see the 0.95 ERA, and you notice that he gave up 3 home runs. That was in one game, okay? One game, actually 3 batters in a row in the first inning of a game. I just wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get anything right, and that guy ended up hitting the piss out of the ball, and it was what it was. But I settled down and continued that game and actually won that game. So Kodai Senga, out of all the pitchers that I have that I'm doing well with, he has to be our pick for starting pitcher. And last but not least, rounding off the All-Star team is our relief pitcher, and I went with Sean Doolittle. Now, you notice he only pitched in 4 games, 4.2 innings. To be honest, this year, I've been able to go pretty deep with my starter, so a lot of my relief pitchers don't necessarily have a lot of innings. Those that do are still doing pretty well, but I didn't do as well with anyone as I did with Sean Doolittle. So he is our pick for relief pitcher, rounding out Season 1's All-Star team. Well, there you have it, guys. These are the players that I would pick if I had to make an all-star team of players that I used during Season 1. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think, if you would have made different choices, who you did well with, who you didn't do well with, and just let me know down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Thumb Drive.